Tons of WWE 2K25 gameplay just dropped from your favorite creators, and it's looking absolutely insane. From electrifying ropes to jaw-dropping features, this game has it all. Today we're diving deep into WWE 2K25 to find out why this might be the most fun wrestling game ever. Let's get right into it. Every year we get super excited about the new WWE 2K game, but sometimes the games aren't as fun as we hoped. This year though, things might be different because WWE 2K25 looks like it's all about having fun. There's a lot of attention to detail in this game. You have backstage brawls, raw underground matches, and even breaking the LED screens at ringside. This year, it seems like 2K wants us to have a blast playing the WWE game. There are the staple modes like Universe Mode, MyRise, and MyFaction, but there's also a focus on having fun with friends. The gameplay footage shows just how fun it can be. One of the big problems with wrestling and sports games is that they can get boring if you play them over and over and over, but WWE 2K25 seems to find a great balance. You can play with your friends or you can go online and wrestle people from all over the world. Now let's talk about another wrestling game, AEW. It had its fun moments, but it did lack in some cool stuff like community creation and match types. WWE 2K25 takes fun parts of AEW Fight Forever and adds even more awesome features. One of the main features they took from that game was the free camera angle. During entrances in AEW game, you could move the camera around and get a different look at the wrestlers. Well, they added that in the WWE 2K25 and pushed it to the envelope, making it so fun to look at wrestlers coming down to the ring. Another fun thing that they can take from the AEW game is online. AEW had a very good online match play where you could just go against people and have fun matches. WWE 2K25 needs to have good online play. Sometimes these games have problems with their online servers, and that can be frustrating when you're trying to connect with other people. If the online play is good, the game will keep us playing for a long time. Speaking of online, we have to talk about the coolest new feature in WWE 2K25, and that is the island. It's like an open world where you can explore and have fun with your friends. And as we know, the island will be next-gen console exclusive, so it will be fun to play with people that are on the PS5 and the Xbox S and S. The big issue is that people that are on the past generation consoles or even the PC won't be able to play the island, but I do think that's a good thing because it's going to push this game forward, and we know that you can only get better if you go into the next generation of consoles, so hopefully going into the future, that can make the game even better. For the game to be successful though, it needs to stay fresh with updates and new events. Microtransactions might be a thing, but regular updates and bug fixes are super important. If they do that, the game can keep us entertained for a very long time. Now I want to dive deeper into each of these points. First, let's talk more about the electrified ropes. Why am I focused on that? Well, it's just fun. It's just entertainment that's going to keep things unique and add fresh elements and surprises to exciting gameplay that is already there. Now I know what you're thinking, this is probably only tied into the MyRise mode, but again, it is something that is very awesome, and it makes the MyRise mode unique so that you can have these elements that are different than what you play in the normal one-on-one matches. Also, talking about WWE 2K25 standout features, the backstage brawls and the underground matches are also looking really cool. You can fight in different areas, including the NXT parking lot or the WWE Archive Warehouse, where you can climb on the SmackDown fist and jump off of that, which I think is very awesome, and it adds a ton of variety to the game. Another layer is breaking the LED screens at ringside. That will add another layer of just fun to the game. It feels like you're a part of the action, just like a real WWE match, where it feels organic to the game. So if you want to break it, you can. You don't have to, but it's something you can do. Also, speaking of that barricade, you can climb on it finally and jump off and do moves. Just another layer that adds to the fun of the gameplay. MyFaction mode is where you can collect and make wrestlers and make your own team. You can upgrade your wrestlers and make them stronger. This game is great for people that want something they can keep coming back to. The only problem that people have is that you have to spend money to get some of these cards. But to me, it seems like MyFaction is here to stay, so you either have to embrace it or just don't play the mode at all. Universe mode is back again, where it lets you create your own WWE shows and your storylines and whatever you want to do. You can decide who fights who, create your own WWE world. You know how that works, but this year they're adding those cutscenes back into it where you can do the promos. And will these be good or not? I don't know. I've seen a lot of speculation about people saying, oh, it's just going to be the same one where you're calling somebody out for a match and then that's it. But I'm glad to see the promos are back. It's something that's very cool, and hopefully it stays and they can make it better and keep tweaking it and make it better and get it, as we progress on, it only gets better. MyRise is back, where you get to start as your rookie wrestler and work your way up to becoming a WWE superstar. Looks like this year, though, it's going to be based on NXT, and there's going to be sort of an invasion type storyline. There's male and female superstars involved. There's a lot of replay value in here. It's going to keep you interested. I know a lot of people love the MyRise. I see day one, there's tons of people playing MyRise, so you can get your superstars in there. And what's cool is you can play as a male or a female. The story will be the same, and you can have this NXT storyline play out. So it'll be interesting to see where it goes. I know we saw the rope shocking thing, so that would be in the game, but it'll be interesting to see how that all plays out. Also, I want to talk about Showcase, because this is a mode that I have played every year. Actually, last year I played the entire thing and put up a video, but this year they got rid of the slingshot technology, which is showing the gameplay, then cutting to real footage, then going back to the gameplay. They got rid of all of that and they just did in-game cutscenes. Plus, there is now what-if scenarios, so you could kind of see different outcomes for these matches going on there. And it's all about the bloodline, so we'll get all kinds of range of legends and superstars from different eras coming together to make this bloodline showcase mode, which I think is really, really cool. Because in the past, that slingshot technology kind of took you out of the gameplay, but it's now away. And that's one of the big things that we have to commend WWE 2K for actually doing, and that is listening to the community. And that's one of those things that I will say about this game that is making me most interested in it, is the quality of life updates that are doing to the game. They're listening to the community, and they're doing just small little tweaks here. Some little things that they're doing are the universe promos, the brawl environments I talked about. There's now intergender matches. Along with that goes intergender titles. All the match types are intergender. Barricades you can jump off of and do all the stuff there. The LEDs can be destroyed on the barricade. The third person camera angle stuff that you can do in the entrances. And something I haven't talked about is MyGM, where you can actually play with your friends online for the very first time. I know, that's huge. You could do it if you were playing, kind of on the PC, you could do it somehow, or if you would use, PlayStation crossplay kind of thing. I can't think of the name of it, but SharePlay. That's the word I'm looking for. If you had SharePlay, you could play it that way, but now you can actually do it online, so it'll be interesting to see that. Plus, with that, they've had new general managers. Nick Aldis and Ava Rain is in there, so it's just like everything that they're doing is just upping it to the ante and making it better and better and better. And that's something that I think is very awesome. When you get to a point when there's only so much that you can do this game, you have to either look back to what they did previously. One of those things that they previously did was the chain grappling, so that is actually back in the game, which is cool. If you like that, you don't have to do it all the time, but if you do want to do it, you can do it, and you can chain wrestle, and then you can pin out of it, which is cool as well. But if you're not looking to the past, you got to just look at what you have in the game, and you have to type improving on that and making it better, because I do think that WWE has a good foundation for their games. I like their engine for their game, and just making it better and getting more things into the game are going to keep people coming back and playing this game year after year after year. There's a lot of things that are intriguing me about this game. Most importantly, that they know that it needs to be pushed forward, and the only way to do that is to go to the next gen, and that's why they're putting the island in there next gen only, so they can make that the best they possibly can. I'm interested to see what they do in the future going forward into the PS5 era going forward, and if they're going to stop supporting the PS4, it's kind of a 50-50 thing where they want to sell a lot of stuff, but they also want to improve on the game, and there's only so much that you can do if you're not pushing it forward. So I really do want to see where they go here, but I will say honestly, looking at the game, just looking at what's actually happening with all the upgrades that they're doing with the new multi-person stuff, you could have special guest referee in any match type now, which is pretty cool. There's just lots of things that they're adding to this game and keep piling it and piling it and piling it and piling it and piling it until we get like one of the games that has every feature ever that you could possibly want in a game and not taking features out of the game. Because I think that's one of those things that people don't like, is when they take things out of the game to put new things in the game. But it looks like this year they're not taking a lot out. They're keeping it what it was and what you liked in last year's, and get people to keep playing going into the future. I know nothing about the island, but that's the number one thing that is intriguing me about WWE 2K25. So I want to know what you guys think about everything that we've seen here. And as always, I'm TonyPizzaGuy. We will see you in another video.